Hey, another video, and this one is to celebrate the good men in my life. First off, my dad. Unfortunately, he died a couple of years ago, but he was so good to me. He was a really good and awesome dad. And I often make videos where I actually use the music that he liked and that we both danced on and just be crazy. And he had a great sense of humor. And he was what we call a fixer, a taking action right away. And you've got a problem, he's got an answer or an advice, or he jumps into action. So my sister, once she missed the train to go to the camping site for a vacation with her friend who would also take the train, but from another city. So in order to be on time at the same time at the camping, actually the only way would be like going there by car. And my dad told my sister, grab your bag, I'll bring you. Like a 3 hour drive. And that's how my dad is. You know, right away, it's like, okay, you just take your bag and I'll bring you. And we'll have some fun in the car. Right? So that's his way. And when I came back from Canada to the Netherlands, I actually always already was suffering from erythromyalgia, so I couldn't stand any heat, and actually I couldn't take the plane either. And I needed ice packs to cool my face and my neck. And my dad arranged that I could bring ice packs in the plane. Yes, you know, during the time that you couldn't even have a bottle of water, my dad, he could do anything. And upon my arrival, there was an airco for me because I needed to stay cool all the time. Look up erythromyalgia. It's a terrible disease. It's like you're burning from the inside out. So it's not no luxury or something. I really needed one. And unfortunately, I healed from that disease, and I actually cared for my dad, and we both went to doctors together. And it was a whole journey for me and for him. Unfortunately, he died, but I healed, and he definitely supported me in my healing. So that's good. Um, Oh yes, I delivered newspapers with an older man, and you know, newspapers is what you deliver at night, and it's cool and stuff. So that was the only work that I could actually do. But this was an older man, and we did it by car, and we had a little car accident, and he was not able to continue delivering the newspapers, and the car was total loss, not a total loss, but it couldn't drive anymore. So I called my dad. I said, "Well, we've been in a little accident, and we have to deliver the rest of the newspapers." So Dad, he came right away with the car, and with the car we brought Ari, the man, home, and then we went to the farm. So my dad said, "Okay, you can take the car to deliver the rest of the newspaper." So, and my dad, he had a really nice Saab. So that was the most awesome. Actually, I was still like pretty in shock of the accident, but I wasn't that injured. But being able to like deliver the newspapers in a luxury car, like in the Saab of my dad, that was just the best thing ever. And my dad was just saying, yeah, yeah, just take my car and, you know. So, okay, that's quite kind of cool. There was actually some of the people that were getting their newspaper, and they were still on time. And they saw me arriving like in a Saab, and they said, wow, did you get promoted delivering newspapers? I said, no, I actually did it for free because I did it for the older man, uh, just to feel useful and to help him out and stuff. Yeah, that was so nice. That was really cool. And then, oh yes, during COVID, I didn't want to wear a face mask, and I had also like erythromyalgia is like you have pain, especially in the face, and when you have like a kind of a flare up, it is asymmetrical, and it's like if you've fallen in a bush of nettles with your face. So I went to the doctor and I said I want an exemption for the face mask because I still have to do my grocery shopping and stuff. And then she said, well, you know, I don't give exemptions. I'm not allowed and blah, blah, blah. So I told my dad, you know, okay, well, I can't get an exemption, so I cannot do, you know, groceries with you guys. And then my dad said, hold on, he says. He called the doctor and they said, "Yep, this afternoon you can pick up your exemption." I said, "Really? Wow, that's so cool." And that was great because I just hated. I thought I'm not gonna wear this face diaper ever. And yeah, so almost nothing was impossible with my dad. So that's just a few examples of who my dad was, and he had also a great sense of humor, and yeah, just all over. It's great to be. You really know someone when somebody is in trouble and still has a positive demeanor. That is, I think, the best way to know someone. So the next one is my uncle. That is my dad's brother, the younger brother. And when I had a problem at the camping site, that my little home had to be demolished, and that they wanted me to pay for to demolish my own home, and I said no way. And I think as a woman, you are a little bit taken advantage of. I think they see you as more like a weaker vessel. Anyways, so I thought, okay, for the last like discussion about that, my uncle, he's 2 meters 8, so taller than 7 feet, and he just said, "Yeah, I'm here with my niece to talk about the demolishment of her little home," and they said, "Yeah, no, she doesn't have to pay." It's just a great uncle because it's such a huge presence. And he actually, he also has two daughters, so my dad also too. And then they actually told each other, like, if one of us dies and we cannot take care of the children, then we would take care of each other's children. I also went on holidays with that uncle on a camping site because I loved camping, but my parents never went camping. So I went with that brother also on vacation when I was young. And I once went with the other brother, it's the older brother from my dad, and he's very greedy. And someone who is greedy, he only thinks about money, and he tramples over everybody just to get what he wants. Like that song, the love for money is the root of all evil. That uncle is so arrogant and selfish and very much about money, and not a nice person to be around. And I remember me and my niece, we would do the dishes because he said, if you two do the dishes for the whole vacation on the camping, then you get an ice cream as a reward at the end. And we had to remind him of the ice cream that we were promised at the end. Like, yeah. And he said, "Did I say that?" Yes. We want our ice cream. We worked hard for it. And next good man in my life, actually, that is the man who also helped me move a couple of times here in this city. He's a great hustler. He loves his wife and daughters as well. And for example, when a washer machine is broken in his home, then he arranges to get a new one right away while the other one is going to be repaired. And it's just, he likes to get going as well. Like, we, with the moving as well, I make sure that all the boxes are ready to go, and then we load them up in the truck, and then we go to the new address, unload everything, and make jokes on the way, and just have a lot of fun with it, and working hard, and get things done. And that is just awesome. And then the next person is a brother in Christ. I never met him actually. He's in the United States. But sometimes we write emails to each other, and he's a great friend because he is a very good in writing exactly the things that I need to hear, and no filter, and very straightforward, and a truth teller, a comforter, and he has the gift of discernment and conviction, and a free hawk. And I think it's just great to have these men in my life, because most of the other men are not so good, and then I have to remind myself to not generalize and say it's all men, because it's not all men. There are actually good ones, and I celebrate the good ones in my life as well. And so I thought I have to make a video of this, because I don't want it to be a war of the sexes online, between women and men. I think if we respect each other and help each other out, that's what it's all about, and not try to profit of another person, or treat someone like a lesser human being. And I think also I've got a lot of women in my life, and they're very strong, and they always say, women are definitely stronger, and we have to be as well in this world. And they all strengthen me, and they all nice people. Actually, I have no enemies, basically, and that feels good as well. I sure have bad experiences with some people, but I don't hate anyone. It's just if someone tramples on my rights, and I'm gonna stand up for them, right? For sure, I will defend myself. Um, but yeah, I think for everything is a solution, and if you treat each other with respect, then everything's gonna be okay. But if you do not treat other people with respect, then you have to accept what's coming for you. So that's my video of today. Bye.